I'm really not going to I'm really not going to regret making this video. Um I've hit rock bottom today. Um it's been a long time since I've started to feel suicidal. Um I've been fighting so hard throughout all of this corruption. If you look back at the last uh, two or three, look back at the last 2 to 3 YouTube videos I've made, this will explain why I have hit um, that wall. Um, Partly, I'd say mostly actually. I want to be careful what I say because this criminal landlady has been watching my YouTube. But my partner is not doing, he's not done anything to help me. Um, Adult social care should have contacted me today. They should be helping me because my partner's emotional abuse. Now, um, he knocked on my door today, which was shock of shocks because he's never there, but I think he's doing it deliberately to show his that he's got control over me. He's just been ignoring my phone calls and then hung up on me because I said I need help with his abuse, and he's reacted badly to me saying that. And then he's terminated the call on me, which he knows will upset me, which further, he's not asking how I am. He doesn't give a damn. Everybody says it, everybody knows it. Mark Mark from the pier said he doesn't want to see you. He doesn't he doesn't care about me. Terry, who reported me missing last summer, said he obviously doesn't care about you, but he wouldn't tell me what Darren was saying when he went with him to the MP office. And I'd said at the time, I said, why didn't you tell me that you were going to the MP office? This is very serious, Terry. This is this elderly man who I don't know if he really is in a home because I saw him in Wetherspoons the other day. But he spoke to Ewan Morrison on my behalf about, us living in a democracy, about me being arrested. Um, this is what certain people, um, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much because um, there are some things I don't want to be known. Not right now, anyway. Um, but I've been crying on the phone to the Solicitors Regulation Authority about Mr. Holden because this involves my MP caseworker. I think it involves my partner, this very corrupt solicitor who left me in tears, lied to me. Like I said, go and look at the YouTube video, illegal eviction scam, Bexhill. I'll try and I'll put it in the description if I can. I'll put a link in the description if I can find the YouTube video. It's the longer version. And this Marion, this elderly woman, Marion, is saying he's got 16 pages of corruption against him, including sexual harassment. This is Mr. Holden. And this YouTube video was 1 month after. I'll put a link in the description. This was 1 month after I reported him to the Solicitors Regulation Authority last year. I reported him in February. In January, he hung up on me, told me to go away. I don't care if the Prime Minister is phoning me. And this was after Ewan Morrison, the MP caseworker, had mediated with him. A month before that, he had emailed me to say he had a full legal aid certificate to commit the landlady to prison. Now, obviously, I've got all this evidence and the injunction order that she breached, and she's further breached that injunction order by emailing Mr. Bubarundi, my local MP, to say she has my possessions in storage. That's further, that email to Mr. Bubarundi is criminal evidence that she's further breached the injunction order. So this all involves my Eastbourne MP. I am now crying out for help. I've been crying out for help for any member of the public. I was on the phone to the Solicitors Regulation Authority today in distress, crying, saying and I said about the legal ombudsman, I will be adding to their 100% of bad reviews on Trustpilot, because the legal ombudsman are biased. They're all part of the corruption. They cover up what the lawyers have done. I don't want to say too much because of this landlady watching me. She's harassed me, but this involves my Eastbourne MP. Like I said, you can go and look at yesterday's YouTube video where Councillor Stephen Holt, was practically running away from me 3 times. They've used my partner to abuse me. They gave him a caring role through Care for the Carers a decade ago. Then when he started abusing me, then he was arrested. I was arrested for stupid things that aren't even criminal. They're civil. I tried contacting a law firm today, reluctantly, and it was John Patterson's law firm, because I thought they might do I was told they did legal aid, and they don't. But he's the person that law firm is the person whose name is the law firm is a Freemason, and it's conflict of interest because they wouldn't help John Patterson, who was part of the Royal Commission and he'd been sectioned and imprisoned, and I met him throughout what I've been going through. So I really I can't do this for much longer. I'm asking for help though, because I I can't do this. I can't do this on my own. This investigator from the legal ombudsman said in an email, I've only just managed to take in what he's just said. The second law firm that I went to didn't even bother to get the legal aid certificate transfer in June of last year. I mean, they're pathetic. This was the legal aid agency said it wasn't even my job to do the legal aid certificate transfer. It was theirs, and it was the director of that law firm. So Ewan Morrison, the caseworker for my local MP, he is meant to have contacted that law firm, the second law firm, and he hasn't. Ewan Morrison, he's a from what I gather, he's a Scottish businessman. So the Lib Dems will happily help business people, but they won't help Joe Average like you and me. Like I said, just watch my videos, hear what I'm saying. Just watch. Then you'll understand. Because this woman from the Solicitors Regulation Authority, Sarah Page, she said to me, if I could come down there and give you a hug right now. I think she's from Birmingham, but I think they're based in Birmingham or somewhere in the Midlands. And she said, if I could come down there and give you a hug, it sounds awful what you're going through. She said, please don't take your life. And I told her what they'd put me through. I said, it's ridiculous. I said that this Richard Jones from the Ombudsman is passing me to you. I'd already gone through your process with Mr. Holden. Now I've gone through it for a second time, and all your investigators, are you not happy with the complaint? We'll look into it. And then they're saying, oh, well, this person has got a good reputation. I said, listen to the recording. All calls are recorded for training and monitoring purposes. Well, clearly not, because I recorded the director telling me he'd get the caseworker to phone me, and then he terminated the calls and then blocked me. This is just so demented. I've got all the. And Richard Jones of the Legal Ombudsman did not think it was appropriate to listen to the recording. But that recording is the evidence of his misconduct. So even in emails, they're telling you we won't look it up. So go on Trustpilot, go and look up the Legal Ombudsman and look at those appalling reviews. They're all part of the corruption. They're all part of it. They're all part of the cover-ups. So don't think that this is all just about my partner Darren, because obviously it's not. But the thing is, there's all this passing the buck, passing the buck. Welcome to the UK. It's all about passing the buck. I had paramedics in this hotel room a few weeks ago saying to me, sometimes I prefer the men, sometimes they're better than the women, depends on who you've got. No, I shouldn't really, it's got nothing to do with gender. But one of the male paramedics said to me, it just seems like everyone's passing the buck. I said, exactly, that's what I've been saying. And he said to me, I know about the YouTube video you're talking about, illegal eviction scam Bexhill. I'll put it in the description. He said it did the rounds in the Eastbourners Facebook group. So people have seen it. People know what Mr. Holden is like. I told Citizens Advice Bureau I've spent endless hours on the phone, endless long emails going everywhere. And I said to Citizens Advice Bureau in Eastbourne, I said, I just can't get through to anyone. No, I've been crying today on the phone to all these people saying no one does anything. I said to Citizens Advice Bureau, people have been sent to Mr. Holden from you, and he's being rude to them and hanging up on them. What does the MP office actually do? They don't serve you. Mr. Burundi, you're not serving me. Honest to God, I can't do this. My partner, I've been so patient with him, but he's been arrested before on a few occasions. I can't see the wood through the trees anymore. I actually just cannot see the wood through the trees anymore. And I can't report it to the police because their crimes against me are the worst crimes, because they are paid to serve and protect us, and they've committed crimes against me. That's why I said to the woman from Citizens Advice Bureau who's made me an appointment for my PIP form, I said what they did to me, how they've beaten me, injured me, threatened me with. I said it was worse than I said I've put someone in prison for rape, with injuries of rape. But and that was back in 2010, 11, and that was nothing compared to what has been done to me over the past decade. to be threatened with prison, beaten, injured, and threatened with prison if I leave a card and flowers for my sister. And this woman that helps Ukrainian refugees told me, why don't you leave a note, write a letter for her? I said, you haven't listened, have you? Because she didn't even believe me. What I was telling her was on YouTube. Oh, you don't want to believe what you hear. I said, you can see it. The evidence is there. A woman being arrested for feeding pigeons in London. If you don't want to see what's there, but you're saying to me, oh, I have to pay rent for this. I have to pay rent, as if it's my problem, taking it out on me that you have to pay rent for Leaf Hall in Seaside in Eastbourne. But she didn't want to know. I had one and a half interactions with her face to face. I haven't even this isn't even a tip of the iceberg. People just don't survive what I've been going through. So my partner came here today. Let me just have a sip of this. My partner came here, knocked on the door, gave me an envelope, said I have to go. Yeah, I have to go somewhere. I was speaking to someone from a law firm. I've got to be careful what I say because the information that I give is being this like I said, the MP office, the landlady. There's what the landlady has emailed the MP is criminal evidence. You couldn't make this up if you tried. She forwarded me an email that she sent to the local MP, and that's evidence of a breach of an injunction order. I made a YouTube video with that title. That she's breached the injunction, that email to Mr. Babarundi is further evidence of a breach of an injunction order. But anyway, yeah, you couldn't make it up if you tried. So I mean, I said years ago there was a man who worked at the Eastbourne Library, the theatre, the theatre below the library, the downstairs. There's a theatre under Eastbourne Library, and there's a man who sweeps up and he switches the lights off and everything. I don't know if he still works there, but he said to me years ago, he said, do you reckon the Illuminati are in Eastbourne? I said, well, funny you should say that. He said, well, have you noticed all the signs and things? I said, well, I've seen a photograph of a child doing the 666 in the photograph shop. It's not there anymore. But there is a Masonic lodge in Eastbourne, and there's all, boots on the ground. Boots on this eye and boots on the ground. Okay, so it's not normal that a counsellor would run away from you and say, "Oh, you've recorded me," getting all paranoid when I didn't. I recorded his counsellor friend, but not him. So anyway, who cares? Who cares when these people don't care that they've endangered your life? I played back my YouTube video from yesterday and the sound didn't come out, so I'm going to make sure you can hear this time. This is just to recap. This is just to replay. This is 3 o'clock in the morning on the 29th of April 2021. I'm going to make sure that I hold this so that you can hear this woman, this vile degenerate, on a criminal tag threatening to beat me senseless at 3 o'clock in the morning. And this HMO, this was in a council HMO where Councillor Stephen Holt's face was on a leaflet in that property. Watch my YouTube video from yesterday, because his face was on a leaflet in this property. He endangered mine and other people's lives, and this woman on a tag was friends with Sherelle Clark, who was later mentioned in the online BBC News. Her mugshot was on my screen. Look it up, BBC Online News. Mother and daughter, Sherelle Clark and Dion Clark, jailed for 5 years for mugging the elderly. Well, this is their friend, another criminal, on a tag at 3 o'clock in the morning, threatening to beat me senseless.
Because I swear that I'll come up and I'll bet you senseless. Dirty little bitch. I'll bet your Dory. Mind you, I'm not fucking joking. I'm not fucking joking.
Traumatic listening to it.
Please. I'm fed up with this. I've just been on the phone to 101 and gone into the bathroom, and the woman next door to me has threatened to beat me up. Yes, I've just come out of my room to go into the bathroom, and I've recorded her threatening to beat me up. I've just gone into the bathroom, for crying out loud. This is ridiculous. I've just recorded 101 call handlers saying to me,
I'm going to play the whole thing.
I've just gone into the bathroom. Yes, but I've just gone into the bathroom to have a bath, and she's threatened to beat me up. I can't. How can I function? I've just gone upstairs to go to the bathroom. Her partner, she's got a man in her room who came into my room. I'm not feeling safe, for crying out loud.
This is another drunk who tried to force his way into my room.
I locked myself in the bathroom.
He's half
I've just
naked.
come up to have a bath. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
Terrified.
She's threatened to beat me up. She said, I'm not effing kidding, I'm going to beat you up.
I'm locked in the bathroom.
I've come up here to have a bath. I'm fed up with this. Okay, I'm trying to stay calm.
That's the police call handler telling me to stay calm.
I've locked myself in the bathroom. I'm scared. Just about 5 or 10 minutes ago. She called out at the bottom of the stairs. I'm tiptoeing around, and she is threatened. She's constantly threatening me. Constantly. I'm in the bathroom. I've just locked myself in the bathroom.
Rape was nothing compared to this. I mean it. Believe me. And the police as well.
Yes. I was told by a 999 call handler when the man came into my room to call 101, and I've done that. And now I've come up the stairs and I'm ignoring her. I'm constantly ignoring her, but she's threatened to beat me up. I can't do this. How can I do? How can I? How am I supposed to put up with this? Sorry. Bathroom. I'm trying to keep my voice down. I'm in the. She just banged on the door. Someone's just banged on the door. I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom as someone's banging.
She came up and she banged the door.
I can't put up with this.
To scare me.
I think it's the one in room 5 who's thumping. I said to next door that if I felt unsafe, that I would use my panic alarm. Yes. And I got someone heard from room 5, from room 5. There's an investigation over her assault. She's thumping the bathroom. I've come in here to have a bath. Stop banging! Someone's banging the bathroom door.
Did you hear that thud?
Someone's just banged the bathroom door. You're gonna have to get someone out here now.
Terrified for my life.
Because I'm being terrorised. Yes. Someone's just kicked the bathroom door. Can you please get someone here, please? Because I am being terrorised in my own home. Yes, and I've just come up here to have a bath. I've come up here to have a bath quietly, and I've been threatened with violence, and there's someone who's kicked the bathroom door. I need someone here. This has happened previously. Please, can you get someone out? Please. I can't put up with this anymore.
I'm shaking just listening to it.
There's an investigation over the assault from the woman in room 5. There's... Yes. The one who threatened me was the woman in room 1, and the one that's just kicked... I don't know who just kicked the door. The woman in room 5 assaulted me on the 28th of March in a drunken state, and there's meant to be an investigation over this. I'm telling you that any minute now I'm going to pull the cord on my panic alarm. She's outside. She's outside. Please, will you get someone here now, fast? Get someone here now, fast, please. I can't put up with this. They're doing this to me, and they know that I suffer with anxiety. Alright, please, would you get someone here, fast? Please.
I'm a rape victim.
Please. Because I don't want them to hear me like this. I've come up here quietly to have a bath. And I can't. I've already been attacked when I've been in the bath. I swear to you, I'm going to run out into the street. I'm going to just...
Can you hear my breathing?
Carly Bishop in room 1. Please hurry up. Please.
These criminals, these 999 call handlers, were protecting these criminals. Brighton Housing Trust, the council, Councillor Stephen Holt. I recorded the neighbours supporting me on this dictaphone. Riverbourne House in Belmore Road.
I've been several
Juliet was a cancer patient. Her friend lived in the Riverbourne House. She was an occupational therapist. Both of them were critically ill.
Please.
And we get complaints about that place all the time. This is a typical Eastbourne problem. My life was put in danger. Elderly people were put in danger. Everyone was put in danger.
I don't drink or do these things.
Just another 7 minutes left.
You wonder why I get then suddenly blow up. That's anxiety, that's trauma.
This is a build-up. I didn't react to rape. Eastbourne Police, you helped me back then, didn't you?
I don't know.
You helped me back then, didn't you,
I don't
Eastbourne
know.
Police? Dixon.
Someone banged the door. I don't know who that was. But the threat was from Carly Bishop. Yes, it's all ongoing intimidation.
Why would you put a rape victim, a domestic violence and rape victim,
to one in room 5? I don't know if
in with
she was
violent
banging
criminals on tags? A mother and
the one in
daughter
room 5 assaulted me on the 28th of March. I've just come up here quietly to
hear that. Oh, damn. Hang on a minute.
And to go into the...
Just a second.
Done some washing and...
Hang on.
I'm just crying. Room 5 threatening behaviour. One in room 5, I don't know if she was... The one in room 5 assaulted me on the 28th of March.
Sherelle Clark.
I've just come up here quietly to quietly have a bath.
So they've got it in my name.
It's taken me a long time to... I've done some washing.
1 month earlier, I've just mentioned Sherelle Clark, who was mentioned in the BBC News. They've been released from prison to do the same thing again to mug the elderly.
I can't take it anymore. I cannot take it.
Can you hear the fear in me? I was attacked several times in that house.
I can't open the door.
12 Belmore Road.
Yeah, and I don't want them to hear me like this, because if they know that,
they deliberately put me in an notoriously dangerous property to hurt me. I recorded elderly ladies at the Riverbourne House saying that place has got a terrible reputation.
To do physical violence, and then there was a bang on the door.
Whose decision was it?
This is the first time she's banged on the door.
Whose decision was it to put me in with dangerous criminals?
No. But I've had a bang on my bedroom door before. I'm not going to bang on my bedroom door previously. Well,
I had to flee that room for my
I
safety
can't deal with this.
with my things in the room.
It's 16th, 3rd, 82.
I self-funded the Cavendish Hotel for my
It's just
safety.
bullying. But I don't know if...
Councillor Stephen Holt, what were you doing? Why did Darren shake your hand? You're all part of all of this. You're all part of
As I
it.
said, I don't know who it
The
was.
landlady is friends with the property managers.
But I was just coming
All
into
in
the bathroom
cahoots.
and she called out from the bottom of the stairs, I've recorded it. Because my partner said to me, take the dictaphone and the phone into the bathroom. No, he's at home. He's gone to bed. He doesn't know.
Yes, he went to bed whilst I was being attacked. My partner went to bed and this was going on. Thanks, Darren. Thanks for leaving me with all of this.
I've come in here to have a bath, and I've come to.
Won't tell me why he's afraid of going to prison.
I've come up here.
You won't tell me why you said that.
To have a bath, and I've had a threat.
Why did my partner scream at me to
I've come up here quietly with my. I've got my dressing gown and my pajamas, and I've had a threat to beat me up. And I'm glad my partner told me to bring my
He's friends with Charles Lucas Property Management.
I didn't tell. The last 101 call handler was it. Because it's all ongoing. I told someone on the street about this.
I'm feeling suicidal and I'm asking for people.
She didn't.
I'm asking for your help out there.
No, because the woman in room 5 to leave me alone.
They're nutters. Absolute. Well, you can imagine.
I told her. I even told her.
These people aren't human. They're zombies. They just came out of nowhere in the streets like the Walking Dead. And Juliet, listen to this.
Thank you very much. Because yeah. Never recorded, yeah. It's
999.
thank you. Does that will someone come out to me then, or Right, okay, thank you. I'll
It's
try.
a joke. It's a joke. You've heard it yourself. You've heard it yourself.
Thanks very much. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Right. So you've just heard it yourself. You heard the 999 call handler. He put it on loudspeaker. I said, can you confirm that you heard that criminal on a tag bang the door? He said yes. Right? So just to recap, just to make sure this YouTube video picks up the sound. 3 o'clock in the morning, a criminal on a tag in a council HMO at 12 Belmore Road in Eastbourne is So you heard the 999 call handler say, I put it on loudspeaker. I'll put it on the system that he's heard her bang on the door. That was 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 hours later, PC Scott Franklin Lester Sr. turned up. I said, "Thank goodness you're here." I'd had no sleep. I was in my nightwear and pajamas. They said, he got his phone out and he said, "I have a warrant for your arrest." I said, "What?" The way you would, wouldn't you? You know, in a normal, but this is clown world. They grabbed me. I was in my pajamas and nightwear and slippers, and they took me. They took me to a police cell in my nightwear, sleep deprived, shaken up, terrified. I'm a rape victim. These are real criminals. They took me before a kangaroo court in my pajamas and dressing gown, and it was like I was in a nightmare. I mean, we've come a long way since my mother woke me up in the early hours when I was 7 years old and said, "Bryony, we're going to New York and Disney World." Oh, I do hope I don't wake to find that this is all just a dream. Oh, lovely. That was in 1989. Fast forward to 2021 and I'm in a kangaroo court. It's like a nightmare. I've got sleep in my eyes. I am terrified. I'm being sworn at by. I just didn't. To this day, I still can't fathom. I can't fathom. But the solicitor at Cramp and Mullany had said, um, oh, it might have actually been before. No, it was. No, it was around this. I can't even remember now. It was around the same time. It's just been so. It's been criminal gang stalking by the police and the council, so I can't keep up with it. I've got to make sure that I don't end up with dementia or Alzheimer's because they're literally killing me. But Jenny Haynes from Cramp and Mullany said to me, "I don't see how a welfare check," she said, "I'm confused. How can a welfare check on our world famous suicide spot end up with you being threatened with prison?" And then she said, "Well," and I couldn't believe this, she said, "Why don't you plead guilty to get a probation officer to help you with housing?" I'm sorry, I've had a very, very middle class upbringing, the most decent, most honest, lovely lady. I'm going to text Alan to say, because my partner is emotionally abusing me. I can't. It's not normal to scream and shout at me to prosecute him, and I say to me he's afraid of going to prison when he's been emotionally abusing me throughout all of this. Where's his family? Last summer he assaulted me and I didn't press charges. I mean, he spoke to me. He's playing emotional games with me and he's saying, "Oh, why why are you why are you saying this to me? Because you caught my foot in the door, because you were pushing me out. You wouldn't even look at me. I don't have a letterbox to speak through. I'm in a hotel." So I can't say to him, "No, I don't want to look at your face." I don't have a letterbox that I can open and say no. He wasn't, he went to bed. I listened back to that 999 call. So he's not even there for me when I need him. He said he had to go to bed. And yet the local MP office are saying Ewan Morrison wanted evidence of Darren's caring role for me. You tell me where the care is here, because I'm dealing with demented, narcissistic, psychopathic people here who've put a vulnerable adult in a dangerous council HMO in 2021. I forget just how much I forget just how strong I've had to be throughout all of this. Fast forward to this landlady, and Darren is screaming at me to prosecute him in the landlady's house. So, folks, I am being deadly, deadly serious about this. I need your help because I've been crying today. The woman in Lancashire, I didn't respond to your emails because I'm look at the state of me. I haven't even been able to look after myself today. I'm just in such a state. I've been crying. I've been on the phone to all these people. My partner has done nothing at all. Nothing at all. He's saying that he's struggling. He's struggling. And how could I say these things to him when he is abusing me and people have said that he's abusing me? And he's terminated the call on me. He turned up here just to see if I would open the door to him, because he's trying to provoke. You know, emotional neglect is bad enough. Everyone says the same. Why shouldn't you? The doctor Singh at the Beacon in the Arndale Centre said, "Why don't you go to your partner?" The MP, caseworker, and the council and the local MP have deliberately, knowingly, socially engineered a caring role so that he could abuse me. They know I've got no friends or family and they are scapegoating him. This is the social engineering of a caring role by someone's partner. Then they get adult social care and the police, who are all compromised in all of this, and it's all by design. I am asking you, members of the public, please, because my YouTube channel will be taken down. I'm genuinely crying out here. I cannot do this anymore. I don't want to end up with a physical disability like my sister. I was beaten and threatened with prison because I wouldn't call her a man. I don't want to end up like my sister. She told me she needs help washing and dressing. I didn't even know that. She was on crutches. She said she'd had an aneurysm. But then at that point, I didn't realise that at that point, I don't think I realised they'd gone through my late father's things without me. I paid the Salvation Army to find my father. I'm the one who's doing all the hard work. I'm the one who's running around like a headless chicken, here, there, and everywhere. And I can honestly say I can find no way out of this. You would have thought, well, where's Darren's parents in all of this? Why haven't they? No cards, no how is she? Oh, yes, right at the start of the relationship, yes. Mum wants to see you. Then it was very quickly a case of he's got you two can have I do worry about my son. You two could have a good life together. And then it's very he's got to have his own life. And when is the relate and he said they're saying when playing these emotional games, when is the relationship over? This is abuse. This is emotional abuse. And he won't even accept it. He's got my valuables in his flat. He said you can come into my flat any time. Bollocks, Darren. I'm not doing this anymore. And you can stop using the Bible to abuse me. I pray all the time for us, but you cannot use the Bible to abuse me. You cannot use the gospel. You cannot use the name of Yahweh. Oh, pray to Yahweh, Bryony. Pray to Yahweh. All the while, I've got your friend Gurmit saying, you were the one who took him to Yahweh. Will you all just stop this abuse, these lies, these mind games? You're doing the bloody devil's work. I'm human. I can't do it anymore. I'm saying I can't do it. I can't do it. I need someone to step in because I'm too far down the line now. I've been with him for a decade and he's taken control of everything. I haven't seen what he's done with my valuables. He's gone to storage units. This landlady who's in contempt of court, who's emailed the local MP to say, I've got her valuables in safe store. Well, another safe store? Well, hang on a minute, because Mr. Morrison, the Eastbourne MP caseworker, and they're now ignoring me again. He's meant to be looking into what happened to my garage storage that was sold by the council at Rockhurst Drive against my will in 2024. Barclays Bank told me this. It was Barclays Bank who told me that my storage had been cancelled, and then I found it had been sold. And then I've got things in Newhaven, all because of Eastbourne Borough Council locking me out of a supported flat scam on news my father had died. I'm going to put a link in the description to that YouTube video of Marion saying that Mr. Holden has got 16 pages of corruption against him. It did the rounds in the Eastbourners Facebook group. He was going to help me make a subsequent civil claim against the council for locking me out of that supported flat scam on news that my father had died, and that was after this. So it's been one thing after another. So ask yourself a question. Why are Eastbourne Borough Council and Eastbourne Lib Dems abusing Bryony and using her partner Darren to abuse her? When she's told care for the carers, he's not her carer and he's been arrested. Please, someone out there, please help me. Please contact Adult Social Care and say there is a vulnerable adult who is being abused and neglected. Her name is Bryony Anna McCarthy. She was born on the 16th of March 1982 and she's a vulnerable adult and she's being abused. I've watched her YouTube channel. She's being abused. She's got a landlady in contempt of court. Her partner is emotionally abusing her. Her partner's in his 50s and he's still got his parents and a family. Bryony, this vulnerable adult, has got no one. Please, please help this vulnerable adult. Please. Because for me to have come this far with what to just survive one of these things is a miracle. And this has been going on throughout my relationship with my partner. And even Darren said, my partner, Darren said, Mum and Dad said, why do these things keep happening to Bryony? Why indeed? I saw his father at the Linwood Saffron. This was before they rebadged it as SDR Living. I was there in their supported flat scam. They locked me out of the flat on news my father had died. Now, I was there 10 years ago, and his father said to me, without my partner present. My partner was outside the room and he whispered to me, "How do you feel about him being in a caring role for you?" And I said, "I didn't ask him to be my carer." And he went, "Hang on a minute, I'm confused." This is Darren's father saying this to me. I felt like saying, "Well, I'm confused. I'm mortified. It's humiliating, all of this. I'm trying to put on my airs and graces to his parents like a true lady, and God only knows what they're thinking of me, like, oh, she must be nuts." I said, "I didn't ask him to be my carer." And his father said, "Hang on, I'm confused." And I said, "I just went along with it." And he said to me, "You'll only go backwards." And Darren later said to me, as he said, "No, you won't go backwards. It's other people who are pushing you backwards." That's what Darren said to me. So his parents know that something's not right. His father said to me, "He hasn't got a bad bone in his body." Okay, so why is Darren emotionally abusing me? Did I have to get the police involved when he assaulted me over a set of Eben's keys? Why did he push me and have me arrested for disagreeing with him in his flat and then tell the police I can't have her in my flat? And the police were saying to me, "He's a knob. He's a cunt." Whilst the police were abusing me. Please, someone out there, I'm begging for you. I'm begging. Contact adult social care and say there's a vulnerable constituent. She's been failed by her counsellors, Councillor Stephen Holt, Eastbourne MP office are using her partner to abuse her and not speaking to her as an individual constituent. Please, someone out there, because I'm telling you, this is going to be my last YouTube video. If not now, then for I'm I can't do it. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm hiding a lot of fear. Please contact adult social care. I'll put a link in the description to that video of the illegal eviction scam in Bexhill. Please, someone out there, do that for me, please. Just say there's a vulnerable adult named Bryony McCarthy. She makes these YouTube videos. I've seen the last 2 videos that just say, if you haven't watched them, just say she's posted these videos. She's got this landlady that's in contempt of court. She's been attacked in council HMO. Her partner is emotionally abusing and neglecting her, controlling her and her emotions. She's going through all of this on her own. She's got no one. She's got no friends or family. This involves crime and a vulnerable adult. She's so vulnerable. She's a rape victim. I know you don't know me. I'm telling you that I put someone in prison, 10 years on a sex offenders register, 2 years in prison at Hove Crown Court. The name of the assailant, I remember it was my birthday, because he said I was in Weatherspoons at the time. It was 2010, was it? And it was not long after my mother had died. I'd already had domestic violence from someone else after my mother's funeral, and I had no one to turn to. And I was taken to the Saturn Rape Victim Centre in Crawley by Eastbourne Police. PC Dixon from Eastbourne Police took me, and Eastbourne Police have been targeting me ever since I've been in a relationship with my partner. And the local MP, they gave him a caring role through Care for the Carers. I never wanted it. My partner said he saw me as like a wife and wanted a child with me. But I think he's, now he's just done this. I'm just being abused and controlled. There's no love, and this is going to end badly. It's going to end very, very badly. So please do that for me.